Hero Karizma. It is a brand that oozes nostalgia, charm, and performance. Hero relaunching the Karizma as a brand new model barely a month ago. The natural course of progression was a comparison with its rivals. And this is where the Suzuki Gixxer SF 250 comes in. Hero claims that the new Karizma is the most powerful bike in its segment. And if you want to buy a motorcycle in that price bracket and power and performance bracket, then the Suzuki Gixxer SF 250 fits the bill. Now, which bike should you consider given the fact that the Gixxer has a slight advantage in power, torque, and also the displacement? So which of these two bikes makes most sense for you? We will tell you all about that in this video. But if you haven't subscribed to the Carandbike YouTube channel, please do so. And if you like this video, please do share it with your family and friends. Like we said earlier, the Gixxer SF 250 has a slight advantage in terms of displacement and engine output. But both motorcycles are close enough considering the pricing, etc. The Suzuki has the bigger engine with more character, but the Hero isn't too far behind. Both motorcycles start off sprightly, but it is the Gixxer 250 which has a stronger spring in its step. The bike builds up speed eagerly and it is fun working the gearbox. The Karizma isn't far behind though. It almost matches the Gixxer SF 250 in acceleration despite the slight disadvantage in engine output. Talking about refinement, the Suzuki Gixxer SF 250 is the clear winner here. The engine feels less stressed, and right at the top end is where you find vibrations on the Gixxer. But if you talk about the XMR, well, the engine has a lot of character for sure, but then it is not as refined as that of the Suzuki. Plus, the Karizma XMR also gives you vibrations, say in the meat of the power band, which is between 80 and 100 kilometers per hour. So if you want to cruise at 100 kilometers per hour every day, all day long, then the Gixxer is a better bet. But if you want better top-end performance, then yes, the Karizma has slightly better top-end. Suzuki motorcycles are sweet handlers, and this one is no different. The way it turns in will definitely make you happy. There's no drama, transitions are smooth, and the grip from the chunky MR of rubber is more than adequate. The Karizma isn't lagging behind when it comes to handling prowess. It feels equally adept and eager to change directions. Filtering through traffic is easy, and the grip from Seat tires is decent. Despite having a smaller disc up front, it is the Suzuki which feels more confident while braking. The feel from the lever is good and the bite is solid too. The brakes on the Hero feel a little spongy and could have had more bite in them. If you spend maximum time riding these two motorcycles in the city, then both these motorcycles work well. The engines on both bikes is really tractable, which means it's easy and convenient riding these two bikes on traffic-laden roads. But if you encounter bad patches of road quite often, then the Karizma XMR makes more sense because the suspension is very nicely tuned. It's neither too soft nor too hard. It is the right balance between stiff and supple suspension. The suspension and the ride quality on the Gixxer is a tad too stiff for our liking. The Karizma is a good looking bike. It is established. It looks modern, has great presence on the road, and is properly sporty and aggressive. We love the way it looks. The Gixxer SF 250, especially in its race edition livery, looks as sporty as the Karizma, and its hunkered down stance looks quite sexy too. In terms of features, the Karizma XMR wins it hands down. The instrument console is color LCD and gets Bluetooth connectivity with turn-by-turn navigation with all necessary readouts. Next to the console is a handy USB charging socket, and the windshield gets height adjustability, although its usefulness is limited. The Suzuki Gixxer SF 250 does get a monochrome digital display, but it is not as good as the one on the Karizma. It misses out on a USB charger as well. The Karizma XMR is priced at 1,80,000 rupees and it is offered in just one variant fully loaded. The Gixxer SF 250 on the other hand has 6 variants. The base variant of the Gixxer is priced similar to the Karizma at 1,81,000 rupees ex-showroom Delhi. But if you want the race edition of the Gixxer SF 250 along with the connectivity feature, then you'll have to shell out 25,000 rupees more, because then this particular model will cost you around 2,05,000 rupees ex-showroom. That's right. So this in its top spec variant is about 25,000 more expensive than the Karizma. But at the same time, the Gixxer SF 250 offers a slightly better riding experience in terms of refinement and mid-range performance. The surprising fact is that the Gixxer SF 250 appears to have a more forward biased riding position, while it is the Karizma XMR which actually has the more committed riding position of the two. Also, the Karizma has a taller seat at 810mm, while the Gixxer seat height is 10mm lower. So, in terms of ergonomics, it is the Gixxer which feels comfier. Both motorcycles work very well if your primary purpose is to ride these bikes in the city. As an overall package, the Karizma makes slightly more sense because it is priced lesser and offers more features. Apart from that, the ride quality on the Karizma is definitely better than that of the Gixxer. But if you do consider the Gixxer, you won't be in the wrong, because in terms of refinement performance, the Gixxer scores better. But at the same time, it also commands a slight premium. Overall, both bikes are in the ballpark of 2 lakh rupees, and yes, make absolute sense if you want them in your garage. Now, if you did like this video, please do share this with your family and friends, and please do not forget to click on the subscribe button and also the bell notification icon so that all the latest videos from carandbike reach you without any delay. In case you want any other motorcycle comparisons to be shown, do let us know in the comments below and we'll do our best to bring them to you. Take care and ride safe.